Welcome back. This is Christine with the Olean Public Library, and today I'm going to show you how to dye a skein of yarn using Kool-Aid and ice cubes. The supplies you're going to need are a skein of yarn, wool, silk, or another animal protein would work, Kool-Aid, an ice cube tray, a pot to soak your yarn in, and vinegar. I also used a dish to contain the melting mass, as a disposable pan would work as well. The first step is to put your yarn in a pot to soak with enough water to cover and a glug of vinegar. Since there is a lot of acid in Kool-Aid, you do not need to be precise. Let this soak for at least an hour. Overnight is better. Next, we are going to make the ice cubes. I used 4 different flavors of Kool-Aid, put the powder in the bottom of the ice cube trays, and covered with a bit of water. If you overfill the tray with water, some of your colors are going to mix. I then put this in the freezer overnight. Once you have your preparations done, you are ready to start dyeing. Squeeze out the excess water from your yarn and place it in a container. If your yarn is in a tidy skein, then you can arrange it carefully. Mine was a little disordered, so I let it be. Now you can put your ice cubes onto the yarn where you want them to be. I just let them fall where they may, and I only used half of the ice cubes for the first round. You will see why as this progresses. You can see that I just let them fall and they did not go down the side. As the ice melts, you can see the color of the Kool-Aid becoming embedded in the fibers. However, they did not melt down through the yarn as I thought they might. I wound up turning the yarn over and putting the rest of the ice cubes on the other half of the yarn. This time, instead of just letting it hang out on top, I buried some of the ice cubes into the yarn strands. This was a bit difficult since the wet yarn wanted to stick to the ice. This resulted in more fibers being dyed along the way as the ice melted. After all of the ice melted, I hung up the skein on my shower stall door to dry. Since it is late autumn, I had the heat on and it dried overnight. I then skeined it up to take photos. Once I had the photos done, I put the skein in cold water with a bit of hand soap, though you can use wool wash if you have it, so that I could soak out some of the very fruity Kool-Aid smell. Some vinegar will also help with that. My yarn did not bleed at all, since the vinegar and acid in the Kool-Aid did their job of adhering the color to the fiber. I would love to see your results on the Olean Public Library Facebook page. There will be 2 more videos on how to dye with Kool-Aid in case you do not like the speckled effect achieved by the ice cube method.